Today, we're diving into a really fascinating story. It's where the sun-drenched beaches of the Caribbean meet the super digital world of blockchain. We're going to explore what happens when a totally traditional real estate business decides to step into the future of the internet.
So, this is the big question we're unpacking. What actually happens when you take something as solid and real as a house and plug it into the blockchain? I know, it might sound a little like science fiction, but this is happening right now. And believe me, it signals a huge shift in how we might all think about property and ownership one day.
To really wrap our heads around this, we have to understand the two very different worlds that are crashing together here. On one hand, you have the physical, tangible world of buildings and land, and on the other, the abstract, decentralized world of Web3.
And the contrast is pretty wild. In one corner, you've got ABC Real Estate, a classic, brick-and-mortar business down in Curaçao dealing in actual physical properties. In the other corner, you have Apertum SportsFuture, this digital ecosystem built entirely on a blockchain filled with things called dApps. I mean, they couldn't see more different, right?
Okay, so let's start with the player we can all easily picture, the real estate agency. This is our anchor in the real world.
So, ABC Real Estate is a full-service agency based in Willemstad, Curaçao. They do everything you'd expect, helping families find their dream homes, managing commercial properties, even sourcing plots of land for new buildings. Basically, they are a well-established, totally traditional business, the whole shebang.
All right, now let's completely switch gears and look at the other side of our story. We're leaving the physical world of property tours and open houses and jumping into the digital realm of the blockchain.
So where are they going exactly? They're joining an ecosystem called Apertum SportsFuture. Now, its whole mission is to bring real-world businesses, just like ABC, onto its own blockchain, which is called Apertum, and connect them with a totally new, digitally native audience.
Now, you're going to hear the term dApp a lot in this space. All it means is a decentralized application. The easiest way to think about it is like a normal app on your phone, but instead of being run by one company like Apple or Google, it runs on a peer-to-peer blockchain network. No single person or company is in control.
And don't think for a second this is some tiny experimental platform. The Apertum ecosystem has already processed over 4 million transactions. That's a serious track record. It shows there's a real active community already there, using these new digital tools.
Okay, so we have the real estate agency on one side, and we have the blockchain ecosystem on the other. The big question is, how do they actually connect? I mean, how do you build a bridge between these two completely different worlds?
Well, this is why this whole story is so important. ABC Real Estate is a pioneer here. They are the very first traditional real estate business to officially join this specific Web3 ecosystem. They're basically the test case for the entire industry. No pressure, right?
The process itself is actually pretty straightforward. It starts with ABC Real Estate just listing its core services, buying, selling, renting. They do this using a specific dApp on the network called LinkHub. And the result? Bam! This immediately opens their business to a brand new global audience of Web3 users who are already hanging out in that ecosystem. LinkHub is that digital bridge. The people behind this project call it a milestone, and it's pretty easy to see why. This isn't just about one company getting a few new clients. It's a huge symbolic step. It's proving that traditional businesses can find a home and actually create value inside these new decentralized platforms.
So this partnership, it's more than just an interesting headline. It's really a glimpse into a potential future. Let's just zoom out for a second and think about what this really means for the idea of property itself.
The key concept to understand here, the big one, is RWAs, which stands for real-world assets. This is the trend to watch. It's the idea of taking tangible, physical things like a house, a piece of art, or a property listing, and creating a digital representation of it, a token that lives on a blockchain.
And that is the ultimate implication here. Look, ABC listing its services is step one, but the next logical step is listing the properties themselves as tokens. This could completely change how we buy, sell, and prove ownership of real estate, moving the whole process onto a secure digital ledger.
And really, this is where it's all leading. What starts today with a Caribbean real estate agency listing its services on a dApp could end in a world where the deed to your home isn't a piece of paper in a dusty file cabinet, but a unique digital token in your wallet. It might sound like a radical idea today, but it's getting closer to reality every single day.